What's up, everybody, and welcome to my Monday Night Raw review. MLK Day, Martin Luther King, as they pretty much showed off graphic video, pretty much MLK, just to acknowledge it, and also another graphic to acknowledge the death of Jimmy Superfly Snuka. Yes, and they put the MLK video package, even though it looked like it could have been, say, for Black History Month and the other celebrities in there, but I'm not going to get on that right now. They kicked off Raw with Roman Reigns, of course, just to get booed, as he talked about, I don't know why they showed a kid hold up a sign saying biggest Roman Reigns fan sign, and, I kind of found out this today before I continue on, but with Roman Reigns there, when he lost the U.S. Championship last week, there was this fan that was cheering when Chris Jericho won. But then when they played the footage from last Monday, they showed the fan being disappointed, proving they don't want nobody to hate Reigns or even cheer that he got beat. And he talked about what happened last week, and he couldn't complain because he tried to be reasonable, saying that because the Shield did the numbers game also. But he said Owens is going to have to do this on his own in the Rumble because Jericho being the Shark Tank until Paul Heyman came out saying that Brock Lesnar is here tonight and Goldberg is not. But he said the spoiler is that it's going to be eat, sleep, elimination, repeat. As yeah. Man, I hope that was not messed up right there. An interruption. This microphone could be loud or however it goes. But yeah, the Heyman pretty much came out. He talked about what's going to happen. It's going to be a spoiler of Brock Lesnar winning until Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho came out and everything, talking about what's going to happen at the Rumble. At the Rumble, that Jericho will win and that we will both be the Universal Champion at WrestleMania. Since Jericho will win the Rumble, Seth Rollins came out then saying he's going to win the Rumble. He's going to main event it, and he'll go through anybody. Brock, Roman, all of them. Braun Strowman came out then to the ring and pretty much just stared down with the Reigns until Brock Lesnar came out, which the crowd did pop for, which they're in Arkansas, by the way, so this wasn't with a dead crowd tonight. They all looked at Brock until Sami Zayn showed up attacking Strowman from behind. Then as everybody fought each other, pretty much everybody hit a signature on Braun Strowman with the Superman punch, knee, and a haluva kick. Next thing you know, Brock Lesnar hits in, takes out Rollins, hits Reigns with a German suplex, and then him and Sami Zayn had a stare down for a minute, which both of them looked at each other, the fans chanting yes. Sami tried to go for him, but Brock suplexed him, of course, and Lesnar pretty much just stared down on Braun Strowman, telling him to bring it, as Strowman stood on the apron, but then he dropped off until Reigns took out Reigns took out Brock then, and then he took out Owens and Jericho with Superman punches, and when he turned around, Brock Lesnar gave him an F5, and that was the end of the segment, which was good and everything, but I understand why people are complaining about this. Listen, Brock's supposed to be pissed after he lost the Survivor Series. Brock should have pretty much went in and killed everybody in the ring. But in a way, they found a way to make Roman Reigns look strong like usual. They had to do that. That's the only way it made him look strong, is someone be toe-to-toe with Brock and take out almost everybody like he did. So, it looks like it could have went better, but it was a very overbooked, overproduced segment with just everybody getting involved as much they could to hype up the Rumble match. In some ways it could have worked, but it could have worked with just Brock killing everybody, just to show he's pissed at what happened in Survivor Series. But one way or another, they found a way to make Roman look strong. Enzo and Cass against Rusev and Jinder steroid Mahals right there. It was funny, guys are walking drug test, which pretty much Enzo and Cass won cleanly with the rocket launcher finisher, which was a clean win. I'm surprised. I don't know where they're going with this feud. I'm about to start calling Rusev and Mahal the League of Nations 2.0, which is 2 and maybe 3, because you got everyone's a different nationality there almost. Lionel's really American, but it's pretty much another League of Nations type of thing. I don't know how Mahal got into this. Maybe because he's just jacked to the gills right now, which is whatever. Davari went against Dorado. And it was, pretty much quick, and he won with a Cobra Clutch on Dorado. I don't know why Dorado, he's really good in the ring, but he's pretty much uses enhancement talent right now, whereas Jack Gallagher was there for the I Forfeit match, which would happen on 205 tomorrow night. And, I know people are going to say this, especially with these cruiserweight matches. JBL said that the cruiserweights make up the third hour of Raw. I've been counting the minutes of these cruiserweight matches every week on Raw. Half of them barely even go over 10 minutes. And that these matches are already 3 to 4 minutes in to begin with. So, when you equal up 3 things that happened tonight with the cruiserweights, I kind of calculated, and it was pretty much almost 8 to 10 minutes you saw the cruiserweights. And one of those was a segment, which the match never even happened. Next was Sasha Banks getting attacked by Nia Jax. I guess earlier today on Facebook even though she just attacked me one time and didn't destroy it, but like she should have done in the first place. But I don't know. I question the booking of Sasha Banks now at this point, and even Nia Jax, which is weird how she's barely on TV, and only people she's really faced is jobbers. She's already two clean losses. Well, Survivor Series, I don't know, but she already took a loss to Bayley, even though Bayley's beaten her in the past. So, I don't know. We'll see how this keeps going with them. The Royal Rumble still coming up. Sheamus and Cesaro say they're going to be in the Rumble, which I know people said this about the Royal Rumble, but everyone says there should have been qualifying matches like it used to be. You would qualify to be in the Rumble. Nowadays, you could just say, I'm in the Rumble. 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 Hey, I'm in the Rumble. I am. You know why? Because I said I am in the Rumble. It's like, and then again, I've barely seen a lot of people on SmackDown say they're in the Rumble. I've only heard Ambrose, Miz, and Baron Corbin, and that's 3, I believe. I don't know if Ziggler said he was. I think he was on that Talking Smack. But mostly everybody you heard on Raw is in the Royal Rumble. Undertaker, which is allegedly supposed to be on SmackDown. Brock Lesnar, Goldberg, New Day, Seth Rollins, Chris Jericho. I don't know, there may be arguing them, but mostly everybody on Raw, it's like, and this is how you look at it. If everybody could just say, I'm in the Rumble, and everybody on both rosters would just say, I'm in the Rumble, then everybody gets to be in the Royal Rumble. It may not be 30 people. Hey, let's go 40 to 50 people then. If they're going to be in the Royal Rumble then. So, I don't see where, it's like everybody just says, if you're in the Rumble, you're just in the Rumble. So, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but everybody can just say that now. Sheamus and Cesaro, they're in the Rumble too. That's some more Raw guys. So, I've already said that from the beginning. It's like more Raw people in the Rumble, but the tag titles were on the line. They went against Gallows and Anderson, which probably was the best match of the night. Ended in a, some say, the dusty finish. Really, but since Sheamus hit the referee, and pretty much after that, Gallows and Anderson hit the Magic Killer on Sheamus, and they took out Sheamus. They took him on Cesaro, and Anderson got the pin, but they had to bring another referee to do it, and people thought they won, but it was going to say the dusty finish, and I don't know if they'll do another match at the pay-per-view, but it was by disqualification, so Sheamus and Cesaro still keep the titles, and this is probably the best Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows ever looked ever since they've been on the roster, because usually they've been destroyed most of the time. Like, badly. I don't know why they weren't like this when they couldn't beat the New Day. But, I don't know, this may be the only time the best you're going to see out of these two, unless a better match happens, and the crowd was into it. Next, well, they did, which, and I'll say this, or I can't have said this in my past video with the UK tournament in the part 2 one, and I did speak about the subject already, but they did do a tribute video to Jimmy Superfly Snuka, because some people wanted, there was no 10-bell salute, but people wanted they were even going to do it just a graphic, but they did a video package also, And I'm sure, like I said before, people are going to take this very indifferently. This crowd looked indifferent. They were cheers and boos somewhat at the same time. So it was kind of quick for WWE to get back on Jimmy Snuka's side, even though the charges were dropped against him about a week or two before his death. So, like I said, it's indifferent. Like I said, it's almost compared to the Benoit case, but you have to remember, this is an alleged thing. This was all allegedly. Benoit, we kind of knew what he did. There's a lot of reports and everything about it. There's a lot of reports and everything about the that whole case. And like I said, I'm almost messing up my words here. It's a lot to say about that case, but you gotta take it like it is. I don't know, not take it like it is, but I guess they rather show the wrestling part. Like I said, they're here just to celebrate his death. Not celebrate, but celebrate his life, of what he did in wrestling, and the accomplishments he did, and that was very much the focus on it. But I'm sure people are going to take this in very different ways, but I've already explained all this in my past video. You can check that out with the UK tournament. But hey, it's you gotta take it how, I don't know. People are going to take this different ways. It was an indifferent crowd, but some people think that WWE was bold to put out a big tribute for Jimmy Superfly Snuka. So, yeah. Emelina promo, nobody cares. Sami Zayn, high on coffee, which somewhat they kind of killed his momentum a little with the whole him talking to Roman Reigns and Rollins about what we're gonna do, guys. We gotta do this. We gotta beat Jericho. We gotta beat Owens. We gotta beat Strowman. He's big. He's fat. We gotta do something. As Roman and Seth Rollins just was nonchalant, say, "Hey, we got this. We've done this many times before." And Roman and pretty much he said something about Ambrose, and he just walked off and said, "You're not Dean Ambrose," I guess, and Rollins walked away too. So Seth Rollins is the only one worried about this match. Tony Nese was about to go against Rich Swann. Neville came in and attacked him. Neville kept beating up Swann. Nese tried to get involved, but Neville threw out Tony Nese then, and he pretty much kicked Neville. I mean, he kicked Swann before he left, and he pretty much was in the ring or backstage. Talked about, about his match with the Rumble against Swann. He said he's going to, he said you're just a bad guy, like a hypocrite, because he's not from this country and everything. But Neville says, Swann may be a proud champion, but he needs to admit when he's been defeated, and he says he's the king of the cruiserweights. Again. The New Day. Talked about the Royal Rumble, and we're all in the Rumble. And pretty much, they went to say, since we're on the Rumble, that only one of us can win. And they all looked at each other for a minute, but they says, if I win the Rumble, we all win the Rumble. Then we all can go on the headline WrestleMania. So, if all three of them in there, then if any of them wins, then they all, just like the Jericho and Owens thing. If he wins the Rumble, then we win the Rumble. That's how they look at it. If one of those guys won the Rumble, then we all win the Rumble. But Titus O'Neil came out and pretty much talked about the spots in the Rumble, and he says if he can beat Big E right here, and he talked about the DMs and stuff, that, it's like this, if Titus O'Neil beats Big E, then he'll get his spot, which, I don't know what was with this match also. Let me say this about this match. Titus O'Neil just kept enjoying slapping Big E's butt way too much for some reason, and it kind of got weird for a second, but Big E won with the big ending, so it's like whatever, but him slapping his butt like that was just strange. I don't know why they keep this New Day and Titus O'Neil thing going. It gives the New Day something to do, but it's like, this is the best they got from them, instead of them trying to at least chase back after the tag team championships. Strange. Very strange. Probably the weirdest promo of the night. Cringe. Lots of cringe. Charlotte talked about the pay-per-view and showed Bayley that she's average, and showed all these pictures of her with John Cena, Ivory, RVD, and Bret Hart, and she's obsessive, and they talk about poems. Poems from her as a kid, and talked about how she wanted to be here as Charlotte says I was winning Division 1 championships and stuff. And Charlotte pretty much talked about Bayley, about this paper she had at the Performance Center, that she's going to cry about it. And when they kept talking about this poem, Bayley came out and talked about how, you know, she's done what she's good at making in this company. I thought about her father and everything, who couldn't even make one phone call to get her WWE, and that they were an event and he didn't have money, but didn't even have money, but somehow they made it in there, even from the nosebleeds to watch. And Bayley pretty much, which really got weird. This really exposed both of them on the mic, but listen to Bayley just cringe out there. It just wasn't good. She's not really the best mic talker, but it looked like their lines were very forced, and there's not a lot of, I guess, emotion behind it, but it felt forced and awkward. And then when she tried to do these roses are red, violets are blue, at the Royal Rumble I will defeat you, and then she said something rhyming with the beating her pay-per-view streak, and that was it. The crowd looked like they did not care. It was flat, almost. It just looked like it was there. And they both looked like this promo just kind of struggled. I know they got 2 more weeks for the Rumble, but this was not a good way to set up the match off, so I just felt the lines were forced. Kendrick went against Cedric Alexander. Once again, another quick cruiserweight match, as Alicia Fox came out and even handed the ropes to Cedric to, you know, break the submission, and then he hit the lumbar check on Kendrick and won, and they were going to hug, but Cedric ducked and went backstage, and I don't know, it was just weird. And what was also weird, when Alicia gave the ropes to Cedric, the referee's right there looking and didn't even disqualify anybody, and the ref's there looking at this. And Nia Jax, which I guess she got a promo in, talked about Sasha just wanted to be a tough girl, said she's broke the boss and stuff. Alicia Fox talked about the interfering in the match and everything with whatever interview was back there, and she said, I don't want to talk about it, which went back to crazy Alicia Fox mode, which doesn't make sense. And then one of the next biggest news of the night, for the Hall of Fame, the, I guess now official first inductee that will headline the Hall of Fame is Kurt Angle. He is now the first member, which they say they gave a standing ovation, but they were sitting down. But at least when his music hit, people did chant their views. I'll say it's about Kurt Angle. It's well deserved. Sometimes I hope they don't do like they did with Sting and AJ and not act like where they were for the past 10 years. And Kurt Angle's just been on the indies lately, last time I remember. I thought he would have been more of a surprise in the Rumble and wrestle, but I guess he's not. Maybe he will wrestle when he comes back. I don't know. But I just know they're putting him in the Hall of Fame now. Some people think he won't even pass the drug test when the Hall of Fame comes up. So, because he's had injuries, and I don't know. I know they blocked him when he came back to WWE a few years ago anyways. And, listen, Kurt Angle, though, he deserves it. So, I am surprised that he's the first one. I didn't think they would put him in there now. I knew he would probably make it one day, but I didn't think he'd make it now. And it's like I said before, I hope they don't just try to skip for the past 10 years where Kurt Angle has been at. He's been in TNA, and he's put on a lot of great matches in TNA. You can't sit there and say Kurt Angle wasn't for shit in TNA, because he went against a lot of people over there to put on some 5-star matches. Samoa Joe, who can ever forget that feud? That was one of the best feuds over there. He's went against Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Sting, EC3, Bobby Lashley, Abyss, Bobby Roode. The list goes on over in TNA of who he's won against, because he's put on some fantastic matches over there. And I know TNA already put him in their Hall of Fame and stuff. And Kurt Angle went out on a good note, really. He really did go out on a good note in TNA. He had his last match there in the UK, and he wrestled Bobby Lashley. And you got to give it to Kurt Angle also. He did put over Drew Galloway, and he put over Bobby Lashley, especially Bobby. The good thing he did put over Bobby Lashley, he made him into a most dominant heel over there, and really good, and he's been in years. Like, Bobby Lashley is the shit right now, because he's really that great in the mic, and you gotta give it to Kurt. He put him over before he left. So, Kurt Angle did go out out on a really good note with TNA. And you know, like he said before, he was really happy over TNA because he's been over TNA for almost over 10 years now. So you gotta respect that accomplishment also for what he's done over there, instead of WWE trying to act like he hasn't been here. Like, oh, where did he go for the past 10 years? He just disappeared. That he's been TNA longer than he has been in his WWE career, but he deserves it though. Still a great wrestler, still the man, like still out there wrestling. So Kurt Angle has never lost a beat, never lost a step. He's still out there, so gotta give him that. Main event: Roman Reigns, Rollins, and Zayn versus Owens, Jericho, and Strowman. Strowman got the win. Power slam on Zayn to get him clean. And then pretty much after Strowman had picked up Zayn, he was going to throw him over a table into the broadcast there, which they ran away. And Rollins pretty much hit Strowman with his chair, and then Reigns speared him. After that, they were going to put him through the table, shield style. But Jericho and Owens attacked. Jericho got pedigreed, but Owens pretty much hit Rollins with a chair, and Reigns was going to spear him. But he hit him with 2 chair shots, and he picked them up. He says, "Remember Battleground?" I'm sure he meant to say Roadblock, but Battleground. And then he power bombed Roman Reigns to the United States fans chanting yes. And for once in a long time, they finally made Kevin Owens look strong, because they barely done it. The guy's been chanting for I don't know how long, and usually he looks like an idiot. He's been booked like a moron half the time, especially with that 9-1 loss between him and Reigns. And for once, they made him look strong going in, because most of the time he's getting the crap kicked out of him, both him and Jericho, by Reigns or Rollins, which makes no sense, and treated like idiots because he's had a very horrible title reign ever since he won the title. It was good when he won, but then after that, it's been very, very crappy, especially once they put him against Roman. It's just lost it. And I do believe Roman will be winning the title at the Royal Rumble. Either that or Jericho just drops something in the ring and will hit Roman winning the win. But I think Roman Reigns is going to be walking out with the championship. I just kind of know this, so I believe it will happen. So yeah. But Raw, once again, it was just another marathon show to get through. There was maybe just the 2 good parts. Some say in the beginning and the end. Kurt Angle induction, even though it was said early in the day, then it's no problem with that. But I don't know, a lot of this show was either forgettable or stuff that doesn't make sense. And once again, Raw's just a crappy show in general, and SmackDown, it's like people say about SmackDown's the A show, and they only care about that. And Brock Lesnar was only on this show for like 5 minutes just to destroy some people. It was never seen for the rest of the night. But Goldberg will be here next week, and we'll see how that goes, I guess. But I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.